He is satisfied to breathe his native air in his own ground. The poet advocates to keep quiet, to introspect, to build a peaceful and harmonious world. If Alexander Pope was an English poet, translator and satirist of the Augustan period, he has hours, days and years slide soft away in health of body. Hello students, I am Anil, Assistant Professor of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In this session, we are going to look at a poem titled The Quiet Life by Alexander Pope for the students of B.Ca. first semester. The Quiet Life, Alexander Pope. In this class, we are going to look at the poet, the title, what does it say, the poem and conclusion. Alexander Pope was an English poet, translator and satirist of the Augustan period and one of its greatest artistic exponents. Alexander Pope is one of the great poets of the Augustan period. Augustan period is a time where King Augustus was ruling England. Best known for his poems, an essay on criticism, the rape of the lock, the Dunciad, and an essay on the man. He is best known for all these works of him. The title, The Quiet Life by Alexander Pope, describes a man truly content with his place in the world. He is satisfied with his place. What has happened to him? What does he write? It describes how this man is content to breathe his native air, suggesting that he has succeeded in fulfilling all of his aspirations. This poem describes that he is far away from people and he is breathing his native air and how he feels satisfied with his position in life. Let us quickly go through the poetry and explanation. Happy the man who wish and care a few paternal acres bound, content to breathe his native air in his own ground. The first 4 lines talk about the man who has inheritance from his forefathers. Happy the man whose wish and care a few paternal acres bound. So this is what all people in the world think of. They should have a piece of land gifted from their parents and forefathers or his generation. That man is considered happy because he has a piece of land for himself. He is satisfied to breathe his native air in his own ground. He need not go and find place in somebody's land. He has his own land. Therefore, he says, happy the man whose wish and care a few paternal acres bound, content to breathe his native air in his own ground. Whose herds with milk. So on this paternal land, he has herds with milk, whose fields with bread. On this land, he has cattle to give him milk, and his field is giving him bread, whose flocks supply him with attire, and these flock of sheep will provide him clothing, whose trees in summer yield him shade. In summer, the trees grown on this piece of land will give him shade, and when it is winter, it gives fire. Blessed who can unconcernedly find hours, days and years slide soft away in health of body, peace of mind and quiet by day. So that man is really blessed who can unconcernedly find hours. He has all the time in the world for himself. He has hours, days and years slide soft away in health of body. So he can easily spend his time, all his time with a healthy body, peace of mind and quiet by day. So this is what we really want. This is what all human beings want. We need good health. We need all the time to spend for our own selves and quiet by day, peace of mind. Sound sleep by night. Everybody wants this. Everybody desires for this. Sound sleep by night. Study and ease together mixed. Sweet recreation. We want to study. Why? To keep our minds busy. And ease together mixed. Sweet recreation. We want some entertainment for our lives as well to keep us active. And innocence. There is no grudge. There is no bad thoughts in our mind. Keep our innocence, which most does please with meditation, and we have all this time to meditate and keep our mind in a healthy state. Thus let me live unseen, unknown, thus unlamented, let me die. Here the poet says, thus let me live unseen. I don't want to be seen by the people. I don't want my peace of mind to be disturbed. I want this quiet life unknown. I don't want people to notice me. I don't want people to know me. Let me live unseen, unknown, thus unlamented, let me die. When I die, I don't want people to create mess around me. Let me die peacefully in quiet. Steal from the world and not a stone tell where I lie. And steal from the world. I disappear from this world, and I don't want any stone to remember my name or give my address where I lie. This is what the poet says. We want to have a piece of land where we can do farming, we can grow our own food, we have some land for our shelter, and we can get clothing out of it. All basic things of human life: food, shelter, and clothing. And if he has that, then he has all the time in the world to develop his own self. He has all the hours for himself. He can do some recreational activities to keep his body in good health. He has good health by doing all these tasks for himself, and there is nobody to bother him, and there is nobody to take care of him, that he is taking care of his own self. And finally he says, let me die peacefully without creating any noise around the world. Let me live unseen. Let me live alone, and let me die peacefully. And when I die, let nobody know this. So this is how Alexander Pope says the quiet life, a peaceful life. In conclusion, the poet advocates to keep quiet, to introspect, to build a peaceful and harmonious world. If everybody does this, everybody stays happily and peacefully with quietness, then there is harmonious world. He asks all the human beings to stop all worldly activities for a while and spend few quiet moments in tranquility. So this is what the conclusion of the poem, The Quiet Life. I hope you got the message of Alexander Pope, The Quiet Life. Alexander Pope tells that a man is really blessed if he has a piece of land on which he can farm, he can produce his own food, and that land will give him shelter. And during summer, he gets shade of the trees, and during winter, he can get wood for fire. That man is really blessed. And he has all the time in the world to keep himself busy. He can spend time for himself. He can create happiness for himself around him, and he need not bother about anything else. And that man does not need anybody to bother about him. A man is really blessed if he has good health, sleep by the night, and he has all the things to keep his body and mind in a healthy state. And when he dies, let the world not worry about him. Let him not worry about the world. And quietly he disappears from the world, and let there be no hint that he was there. So this is what the poem Quiet Life is about. Thank you. We shall meet in the next class.